What's happening YouTube? Hashtag Tom here and welcome back to another episode of the Future Stars Review. Team 2 dropped roughly an hour ago, so you know what we're going to do by now. We're going to analyse every player, see if he's good value for money, see who the stars of the promo are. And as always, if you enjoy the video, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. Let's get cracking and see what Future Stars Team 2 has to offer us. Right, so as we did on the first video, we're going to go from the lowest rated to the highest rated. Pretty simple. We start with Diogo Dalot, the guy that was left back last week. It's very similar card, like 3-star, 3-star, the exact same. I can flick between the two now. They're the exact same for that. His left back card actually settled at 54k right now, which I don't think is too bad. And the attributes are basically the same as the left back one. The things we look for in a defender, especially a fullback: pace, defending, physical, and I'm also interested in agility, balance, short pass, long pass, just because through balls, passing, always key. And then agility, balance, make sure they don't get spun too easily in the box. But I think Dalot overall is a good price. If you're looking to get a Serie A team rocking, he is very decent in my opinion. I think he'll settle again at roughly the same price, maybe a little bit more expensive. So I think he's actually a good card. It's the same as last week. I've already reviewed him once. Good start to proceedings. What I'd say is just juice his pace up, juice his defending physical. And you've got a decent defender for not too expensive there. The next player we have got on the Future Stars list is Oscar, the Sevilla cam. To be honest, straight away, I'd say I'm disappointed because from a pro's perspective, if I saw a centre attacking mid with 3-star, 3-star, I would not go near him. But you know, if you're not too bothered about that, I'm happy to keep reviewing him. 5'9", we go into his tributes. He's got decent balance, decent agility. His shots are all good as well, because obviously we don't care about the volleys and pens. You definitely need to improve his pace, and I would say you could probably improve his physical, because his actual strength is decent. Normally, people don't have very good strength, and it's not worth even boosting, but maybe you go for his strength and his pace. His pace definitely needs the big upgrade here. You can see by the stats. Overall, he's a cheaper card. He's already at 38k, and I'm sure he definitely won't rise. He'll only go down. So I think if you're not too bothered about meta, you want to have a little bit of fun, you could get him in. Cheap little card with the La Liga links. But in my opinion, for pro and for meta players, then 3-star, 3-star is not usable. And in the next one, we've got another La Liga player that flatters to deceive for me. We've got Diego Lainez. For me, the first time I see 4-star, 3-star, basically as a pro in attack, I need 4-star, 4-star. So I wouldn't actually like him too much. Not everyone loves the skill moves and weak foot, so we can still definitely have a look at him. His pace is unbelievable. He's absolutely rapido. That is what we love to see. Shooting is good all around as well. His short pass, long pass could definitely be better, but the agility and balance is there. This guy could feel smooth in game, you know. He's got good dribbling stats, 90 dribbling, 94 agility, 96 balance, and 5'6". I think he might actually be decent at dribbling, like turning in and out. So if you love using the left stick and you like manipulating players quickly, he could actually be a good player. And I think definitely one for the bench if his price continues to drop. He's currently at 112k. He could be a good bench player. Jonathan David is up next. And I remember this guy from Team the Season last year, and I'm liking the look of him with his Future Stars card. 3-star skill moves, so for me it's a no. But 5-star weak foot looks very juicy. Work rate's high. I don't think it should really be an issue. I don't think it's the best thing for a striker, but I wouldn't see too many issues there. We look at his in-game stats. Pace, bosh, absolutely love that. Finishing, love that. Composure goes with the finishing. 94 composure, 92 finishing. Perfect. Long shots are irrelevant. Everything else is good. The passing is decent as well, because you get into strikers' feet quite a lot. Decent passing stats. Agility and balance is there. I think you would want to boost his balance though, so it might be worth putting an engine on him. This guy is actually pretty good. I like the look of David. Right now he's 330k on PS, so maybe a little bit expensive, but he's got the Liga Earn links. I would recommend David myself. Obviously, if you're a skiller, stay away, but if you don't really care about skills, this David card looks pretty juiced. I'll get him in, give him a try. And we are back to La Liga with Estupinan. I think I've said the name right. Not a bad card from initial look. 3-star, 3-star isn't great. High, medium, don't really feel that as a fullback, not too bothered. 5'9" is also a little small, so I'm not too impressed, but the pace is unbelievable. Tick. The crossing, passing, very, very good. Agility and balance, also good. And then defending stats could probably do with a little bit of juice. But I think he's not actually a bad card. At 100k, he could play pretty well. I would say not really on my recommended list. And now we're on to the main man from Team 1. He's got a second card in Team 2, Reece James, CDM. I don't like this version as much, just because I don't think he's really worth it. I think if you want Reece James, you've got to get this right back card, man. I told you all last week, he is the man. But if we look at his CDM card, the pace has been changed a bit. It's gone down, but his defending stats have gone up a little bit. But for me, if you want Reece James, he has to be as a fullback. You either play him as a fullback or you play him as a centre-back with his right back card. At the minute, this CDM card is more expensive than the right back one, but I don't think it will stay that way. Don't play him box to box. I would say anchor. The main reason I say that is the 3-star, 3-star. I know the stats are pretty decent, barring the finishing, but with 3-star, 3-star, you don't want him arriving in the box. I think you want him to be the main man, sweeping in front of your centre-back. So if you want to try him, get cracking. I don't really like him. I think his right back card is where it's at. Anthony is next, and I can feel this is slowly heating up. The players are slowly getting a bit better, a bit more for me to think about as I look at them. Anthony is actually pretty nice. He looks like a fun card. The 4-star skill moves okay. High medium work rate's decent. 5'8", so he's pretty small, but he is rapid. And I'm starting to think when someone's that quick, it might be worth using him out wide, because I feel like you're wasting 98 pace at centre attacking mid personally. It might be worth using him in a wider position, like maybe right attacking mid, left attacking mid. I like the look of Anthony. His shooting could do with a boost and his passing could do with a boost. His balance, agility, pace is unbelievable. He must feel so smooth in game. He's another like really good dribbler. What I would say is if you use him, don't boost his physical, because I know people look at it and think 62 strength, it needs boosting, but the way Shuri and Harry and loads of people I spoke to before tell me is like, if their strength is that low anyway, boosting it won't do much. They're still going to get bodied by the centre-backs and the full-backs and stuff. So what I would say is if you need a chem star, whack on something that will improve his shooting and his passing, because they're the two things that could do with a boost. He's currently just under $1 million on PS. I think he's overpriced again, but I think a lot of this promo is overpriced right now. I'm hoping that they do start to drop. But really, I think this Anthony card could actually be a bit of a demon in-game. I feel like he'll feel really, really, really smooth. So I would recommend him. I would recommend him unless you're a meta chaser, you're a pro player, one of them guys, then don't use him. But if you're looking for a bit of fun and you've got some coins behind you, because realistically, it's going to be expensive, I would say use him. But I'm disappointed in two things. The 3-star weak foot isn't great and the pricing isn't great. Next, we have Nuhos. I've definitely butchered that, 100% got that wrong. I like this card though, I really do. He's got 3-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. For a centre mid, we can definitely deal with that. 6 foot, big unit, medium. And we look at everything he's got here. The pace is alright, 80 pace on a centre mid, definitely usable. The shooting is what we like to see as well. Unbelievable long shots, anyone outside the box, shot power is nice. Finishing could do with a little boost. Passing stats unbelievable with the vision, short passing, long passing. Yeah, I'm having a bit of that. I feel like if you want to improve a stat, the sprint speed could do a little bit better. But then really it's up to you how you want to use him from here. If you want him to be in the box and you want him as attacking centre mid, I'd say boost the shooting. But if you want him to be a more of a all-rounded centre midfielder, then do something to boost his defending and physical as well. Maybe slap an anchor on him if you want him to be a bit more defensively rounded. But I'm telling you, this man is the real deal. I really like the look of him. He's currently 350k, and I think he's very, very good. I'm struggling to find any faults with him. It's just a shame I can't say his name, because I actually really like him. Ruben Diaz is next on the list, and we're really into the high rollers here, the top end of the future star players. I love him, but there's one thing straight away, and it's the pace, man. I can't believe they haven't boosted his pace more. I would stay away from Diaz for this because there's so many through balls that are in FIFA 21. You need unbelievably quick centre-backs. I think he's just too slow. Everything else is perfect, like the work rates, the weak foot. We got into the tributes. His defending and physical, absolute joke. It's just a shame that his pace is not there. And he's currently 600k as well. And for me, I just think, I know I'm obsessed with Reece James, but I think Reece James is cheaper than him and he'll be twice the player he is. For me, if you're not bothered about pace, you don't actually care, then Ruben Diaz is your man because defensively, absolute joke. I'm going to think with my pro head here, and I'm going to look at that price, 600k, and I'm going to look at his pace. I'm going to say, Diaz, they have done you dirty, my friend. And here we are. I think we have found the man. The man of this promo, probably the best card, TAPSOBA. the Bundesliga centre-half at Leverkusen. Wow. You know when you go to a restaurant and you know that you're going to have to pay a very high price, but what you get in return is very, very high quality. But for that time, you say, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out and I'm going to eat big. That is what you get with this man. He is expensive. He's currently 960k, but there is good reason. Let's get into his attributes. 85 pace, what we love to see on a centre-back. That pace, he's dealing with every through ball that comes his way. Defending, cracked out of his mind. Physical, unbelievable as well. The man's got it all. The passing, look, he can even pass out the back. You want a bit of tiki-taka? You want Pep Guardiola? You get it. You want hard Brexit tackles? You get it. Defence awareness 90, stand tackle 93, slide tackle 88. This man has it all. Actually, the only slight issue is the balance, the agility, but we need to slap something on him to make sure that balance improves. But even then, I think it will still be very, very good. I think he's still got enough to cut it. So get him in your teams if you can. He's also 6'4". The work rates are a joke. The weak foot is 3-star, which is more than enough. This is for the high rollers. This is for the big money people. But this man is it. You can link him somehow with Davis, with Neuer, with any of your Bundesliga teams. This guy is top tier. Creme de la creme. Another star of the show we have here. Bukayo Saka. Fair play. As a Spurs fan, it hurts, but this card is unbelievable as well. Although he is extinct at 2 mil now, and it's for good reason. He's one of them, high price, high ability. There's a reason. He is the definition of hype. I think everyone was expecting him to be like the star boy of Team 2, and he shows why. He can play as a winger and as a cam. They're the two positions I would play him in, a 4-4-2, left mid, right mid. If you like narrow, I'd play him as a number 10 because he's got 4-star, 4-star, which is very, very nice. Pace, unbelievable. Agility and balance and dribbling is unbelievable, which is why I'd play him as cam. I think that is the three main stats there. Obviously, his shooting's great, passing as well. Physical's there. Like he has got it all, and there is a reason why at 2 mil he's extinct on the market. All I can say is, if he fits in your team and you're a high roller, you've got to use Saka. As a winger, he's got it all. As a number 10, he's got it all. The only thing I don't like is he doesn't have 5-star, 5-star. That shows how far I'm reaching here. I think the best compliment I can give Saka is he's the sort of man you could build the team around. Pros didn't have the restrictions we did. He could definitely be an option, but we're only allowed like 2 players above 90, and Saka won't be that. But if he was an 89, I think a lot of pros would actually use him as a winger. He's very, very good. Giovanni Reina. What a letdown in Team 2. That's what I'll say. The main thing, the stats have changed, the position has changed, but the main problem I find is they've changed him to a 3-star weak foot. As we can see here, when I switch between, the cam has 4-star, 4-star, which makes him unbelievable. And the right mid has just got a 3-star weak foot, which is really, really disappointing. We can see also when we flick between the cards, his physical goes down a massive amount as well. And I don't think that justifies the rest of the improvements. He has a slightly better pace, slightly better dribbling, shooting and passing. And that's all nice. But I think that massive drop-off in physical and the loss of 1-star weak foot is just not good enough. And for that reason, if you're going to get Gio Reyna, definitely get his cam card. But I'm really disappointed with that. I don't understand. If anyone can explain in the comments why Reyna would go from a 4-star, 4-star to a 4-star, 3-star, then let me know, because that is mind-boggling to me. I would say Reyna's another high roller. If you can afford him, he's worth getting, but only as a cam. And the last of the promo players that are in packs, Ansu Fati. Wow. He is currently 4 mil, and we can see why. This is an unbelievable card. I remember his 86 early in the year. Everyone was using him. The player of the month, if I'm right. This card, I don't think everyone will use him because of the price, but I'm telling you, man, what a player. He's got 4-star, 4-star. Every stat going forward is virtually perfect. The only thing that lets him down in passing is his free kick, actually, but we don't really care about that. Just get 1 free kick taker in the team. Everything else, you probably would want to boost his shooting and passing. Maybe his physical, because if you could get him plus 10 on the physical and get him to 80 strength, that would actually be pretty good. But yeah, I'd imagine Fati would play unbelievable in-game. It's just a shame that 99% of users won't be able to afford such an expensive card. I think that's the great thing about Future Stars, though. You get these cards, the high rollers, that really change the top-end meta, but there's also good value for cards somewhere, although saying that, I don't think there's as many in Team 2. Now, we are on to the SBC player, and I just want to say, fair play to EA. Credit where credit's due. I think this Curtis Jones card is unbelievable. good value, and you've really got a choice between the two cards, which we're going to have a look into now. I think this Curtis Jones card is currently 430k with an SBC. Obviously, if you've got fodder as well, he'll be even cheaper than that. I think from looking at it, just because of the Premier League players who's in there, I think I would use him as a centre mid, because he's got 4-star, 4-star. He's got high work rates, and if we look into his stats, I think he's perfect to be the more advanced centre midfielder. I think with an anchor man next to him, Curtis Jones, the box-to-box, could be really, really nice. Everything you want, really. The pace is unbelievable for a centre midfielder. The shooting is good. Maybe needs a little boost on his finishing, but not much. His passings are really, really good with his vision. His dribbling's okay. Everything 80 plus, though. It's another hooligan card. Defending is not great, but realistically, this is why he's box-to-box. I don't think he's got it in him to be the anchor man, because I think his defending stats could definitely have some improvement. Same for his physical. But realistically, I think he's an absolute joke for a card. I would recommend him to anyone, really. 400k for a card like that. I'm struggling to see any downside. So I would use Jones as centre mid, but I'm definitely going to look into his left mid card now. It's the same thing, 4-star, 4-star. He's got high attacking work rate, medium defensive, which is the only difference. We go into his stats, he's even quicker. He's got unbelievable pace. Shooting, passing is the two things I would probably improve. Or you go for his physical, because his strengths are a good thing. So maybe boosting his physical would be a good option. I would imagine he feels great on the ball. The only thing that has persuaded me in this Curtis Jones is just the player pool in terms of links. And I think centre mid would be a better fit for a Premier League team than his left mid card. I'd say a solid 9 out of 10, because one, we all love an SBC card. They always seem to do well in the community whenever a banger drops. And two, I think it's good value for money at 400k. Last but certainly not least for the future stars is the objective Reina from Borussia Dortmund. And I would 100% recommend doing this, because if my calculations are right, looking through these objectives, it does look a lot. There's a lot of objectives on the screen. But I think you play 25 or 27 games, depending on certain requirements. I think Zelonius made this point that in 30 games of Weekend League, you probably wouldn't get this player as a reward. If you look at my last pack opening, I definitely didn't get anyone as good as him. And these games are going to be more chill, because you're playing them in objective modes and stuff. So definitely more fun than Weekend League playing this. And it gives you something to do in the week. It's one thing we all struggle with in FIFA. In the week, there's not too much content sometimes, but this is definitely something that you can do. So I would say, no matter what, use this card and upgrade him. You know, he goes from a 78 to an 82, and in the end you get him to an 87. I think as much as you can grind, if you're one of them guys that loves grinding the week, I would 100% recommend, because when you think about it, it's less than a Weekend League and you have 27 days. So even if you literally play like 3 or 4 games a day with this, an hour a day, not even that, log on, get it done, get out of there. I'd say definitely do it. He looks really good. And even if he doesn't fit your team, you could definitely slap him on the bench. We all love a free card, so let's get doing it. So, to round things off, I'm going to give you the best 5 things of this promo and the players that you definitely need to pick up. Let's imagine this is a shopping list, but we're going to rank it in priorities of things that you have to get. So if the supermarket suddenly shuts, you can only get 1 out of the 5. We're going to do it in a list of priorities. So if we're talking priorities, number 5, Bukayo Saka, because he is an unbelievable card, and I would say we need him in our teams, but he's just too expensive for me. So he's only 5th on the list of our priorities. Number 4 is going to be TAPSOBA, and again, he is unbelievable, but he's not on the essential list because he's too expensive. I would say definitely try and buy a TAPSOBA, just because he's an unbelievable card. If he links into your Bundesliga squads, he's the man. But the problem with these rankings, we're talking value for money. So that's why Saka and TAPSOBA are at the bottom of the list, because they're unbelievable. But the issue is, there's better value for money out there. Number 3 on the list is going to be the Reina card from the objectives. The only thing he's going to cost you is time. And the reason he's 3rd is because I don't think he's got the star quality of the next 2 players I'm going to mention, but for free, he's got to be high on the priority list. We're only going to have to play games of FIFA for it, and they're pretty chilled games as well. No rival objectives, no Weekend League stuff, just the good game modes that we can enjoy playing in the week. Number 2 on the list is going to be the German midfielder, Nihar. I think I've said his name right, Nihar. He is unbelievable. How do you say that? Nihar. Neuhaus. Oh, bloody, I've said it wrong.
Neuhaus.
Neuhaus? His name's Neuhaus, and I've said it wrong the whole video. Right, back to it. Number 2 on the list is going to be Neuhaus, that I have now discovered is how to pronounce his name. I've got it wrong the whole video. He is very, very good value for money. Part of the Hullet gang. Into them Bundesliga squad straight away. I'm telling you, man, this guy is it. He is a serious, serious player, and I'd recommend him. He's currently only around 350k as well, so we definitely should be high on the list. He is virtually essential. And then, the most essential thing on the whole list, if you can only get one thing out of the Future Stars promo, it is Curtis Jones. Because Curtis Jones, the links he has with the Premier League, being English, so many meta players from there at the minute. The fact that you get the choice between the centre mid and the left mid card, and he's coming in at around 430k without fodder. I think the great thing about SBCs is that you always have a little bit of fodder in there, and that normally always helps bringing the price down. So I'd say Curtis Jones is essential. I really, really rate him. I personally, if I had a gun to my head, I'd say get him as a centre midfielder, but it completely depends on your team. And feel free to let me know in the comments what you think. I think Shuri is the same as me behind me. He said centre mid is probably better because of the Premier League centre mids not being the same level as they are the wingers. But yeah, Curtis Jones is the man you want to pick up. Overall, I think Future Stars Team 2 could have been a little bit better, but you know, there's still some very, very, very grindable cards which you love. There's meta cards that are affordable, and there's high roller meta cards that are unbelievable as well. So all in all, there's a reason I love this promo. It's been very decent. I'm just a little bit disappointed with Team 2. And there we have it. A bit of a lengthy video, but I wanted to make sure I covered everything in the Future Stars because I think it's such a good promo. I wanted to make sure we covered every single card in detail. I hope you all enjoyed watching the video. I'm going to head off. I've got a pro tournament tomorrow, so I need to get cracking with that. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one.